Whenever I create a character, I always envision a theme. Something that I'm going through or something that I might be going through in that moment, and I explore it through my characters. This is like trigger warning. If you're sensitive to any of this, please be mindful and enjoy. Patchwork was created by Cade during a time where Cade Mr. Midnight was on the run, and before he came to Star Labs, as a means because Midnight didn't really trust Cade that much, and he would often go on his own and not really be there unless he needed to be or he saw a reason to be there. Now, Midnight always knew where Cade was, so it wasn't a means of protection, it was a means of distancing himself. Cade became quite lonely in that time, and to compensate that, he created Patchwork. Patchwork wasn't something that he even thought could come alive, more so an experiment of how the void works with inanimate objects. And after a while, he began to implement changes. From one point it was a door to the next where it had a human skull that Midnight angrily gave over, and it spawned Patchwork. Patchwork is a very energetic guy, but he takes after the skull that he has inside his head to become or show traits of the person that used to be alive before him, Castiel. He would become paranoid, kind of skittish, closed off and shy, cowardly, and very scared of the human race or any races at all. He struggled to even understand how it meant to be alive or feel alive, and how he kind of works in the situation. And the lore thus far is Patchwork's purpose in the lore is to experiment with gender and with the feeling of not feeling quite like yourself. Think Zubo like in the Amazing Ninja Circus. Having all your limbs, but they don't feel quite right. And the dysphoria and the personalization that he often endures is quite distressing. It is one of the reasons why Patchwork has some low art, which is on my 18+ page, because it might be sensitive topic for some people who either face it or know someone who have faced it. I personally have, sadly enough, and it's a huge part of my life and a huge part of how I interact with people daily. A lot of Patchwork's traits are traits I have myself as well. I think the lore is quite short, mostly because he joins Cade, and then once all of them join once one of them joins Star Labs, he's kind of suited for that kind of job. He very much enjoys the repetitive calmness of it all, and he doesn't need to interact with people much as someone who just goes out and scouts. He's not one of the staff who does interact with the entities. That's Cade's job, and Midnight is more so surveillance and being a bit of a chaotic gremlin, whilst Patchwork is assigned as kind of scout dog, or a guard dog in a sense. He doesn't fight anyone, and he's very against fighting. He's very cowardly when it comes to fighting, and would rather run than try and take a blow. And for that reason, he is more fit to look out for new entity spots, if there are any that they missed or wasn't called in, or just generally travel around or be in Cade's company. At the point where Elios joins, the two even start to hang out there. Elias and Patchwork are someone I genuinely believe will become very strong friends. Though, because Elias is gay, I don't see a relationship between the two. But I think they would be very strong friends, very close friends, as they both deal with this kind of same issues of not feeling quite alive, not feeling quite human, and the dissociation that occurs, being so separated from the people around you, like you're the odd one out in a sense. And I think they could rely on each other, and I do see them growing quite a bit closer than I would see them Patchwork grow with Cade. And even at one point, I know I said Anne a lot. I'm trying to remember everything in my head because it's going 10 times. Patchwork has a bit of a anger towards Cade. Not because he did anything bad, but more so because he feels angry because he feels left alone. He felt like he was just created and then thrown away like a doll. I think one of the songs that I played in my head whilst I was creating him was Jack's Toy. Or Jack Toy, I don't remember the original thing. It was used for the Imaginary Circus. I saw Jax singing it and I was like, yes, that is great. But he's just the concept of like being thrown away and feeling used by that. And though I don't think Cade would maliciously have done that, I think that Cade just, as someone who's very closed off and paranoid about everyone, Cade barely like came out about anything to Rem, and Midnight and him have clashes all the time. Patrick kind of feels left out. And I don't think that's a malicious on Cade's side by any means. But it is something I will work on, and I will probably introduce through the Journal of a Ghost, which is on Notepad, when I do come to write about Patchwork and Elios and all of those, who will appear, though at the current moment I'm in the era of Cade's relationship with Rem. So that's gonna be fun, and I've had a lot of fun writing it. And if you want to read about all of it and see the characters, they will all be there. I've even thought of ways to make separate realities, though I have no idea how to separate them in terms of like book-wise, because I don't want people to get confused. Like, is this which version of Rem am I? Which version of Cade am I reading? You know. But I'm very excited. I'm extremely excited to let y'all get to know my characters more. And oh, one thing I forgot to add. Patchwork has multiple limbs that he can attach and detach, which is kind of funny. I don't even think I knew about the Imaginary Circus when I originally made him, which is really funny. Though it is definitely more inspired by it now. And if you made it this far in the video, holy crap, what the heck? Thank you so much. I appreciate you so goddamn much. Have a good day, happy New Year's, and I hope to see you all soon.